ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to NJPW-World Review. I am your co-host, Andre Shea. Right over here, it's the fast princess herself. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
You say fast?
Fast.
Wow.
You wanted to get everything started quickly so you can go to bed.
I do. I have to go to the gym earlier tomorrow than usual, so I gotta get my beauty sleep in case I see my gym crush. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing absolutely phenomenal. Just watched some professional wrestling. It was really good. I'll say this. I didn't enjoy the finals as much as I enjoyed the semifinals or the quarterfinals,
That's
but it was
fair.
still a very, very good show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have to agree because like we only got the one match kind of in the finals here, but in comparison, it was, I felt like the lead up to it in the semifinals was a lot more fun.
Yeah, I'll admit I was slightly underwhelmed. The fact that we only got undercard tag matches for 7 straight matches. Yes, we got some great setup. Don't get me wrong. We'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish we would have gotten maybe in the semi-main event. Like, give us that Hanare versus Kingston match.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a strong tag title match. Give us something.
Yeah, I kind of agree because like the whole thing with Hanari and Kingston also is kind of confusing to me because I feel like their first bout together didn't Kingston pin Hanari in that
Uh,
tag kind of thing?
I think so. I can't remember. All I know is he
Yeah,
attacked him during the quarterfinals.
which was after he'd already
Or
pinned him, so to
I
me
mean, or
that
the
didn't really make a
semifinals.
lot
Yeah.
of sense.
Yeah. So again, like Hanari didn't he beat him in the he beat him in the tournament though. That's what's setting up
Yes.
his title challenge. But I don't know. I'm just a little. I feel underwhelmed. Like I can't guarantee it. I would have to look it up for
Mm.
the what the G1 Climax did last year, but I don't know. It seems a little underwhelming to me personally. I
Hmm.
don't know. Just it was a good card. Like, and again,
Hmm.
if it hadn't been for all the setup stuff that they did on the undercard, I really would have disliked this show. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. Like, it was a
Hmm.
good show.
Hmm.
Yeah, like last year, yeah, it was a bunch of tag matches. Don't get me wrong; it was the same thing, but like it was a lot of there was a lot of 2-on-2 tag matches last year. So
That's true.
it wasn't big giant groups. You got some 6-mans, you got an 8-man,
Hmm.
but then you get like 3 or 4 actual straight up tag team matches, which you find are have a little more dynamic to it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Now that you mention it, yeah, it did feel like we only got that opener, I think, with was the actual like tag match, and everything else was either 6, 8, or 10 men tag matches. I get that the juniors are starting to come back, and it's great to see Wado and Hiromu and Bushi, and it's great to see the legends popping up again with Tenzan and Hamna and Makabe, but like.
And Kojima
Yeah, I mean, I'm always happy to see Kojima, but
and
man, you,
Blue Justice.
and Yuji Nagata, yeah, and Minoru Suzuki. We can't forget Angry Grandpa, Murder Grandpa. Yeah, like it's so nice to see them all again, but it did kind of feel a little jam packed for my taste, and where I am normally that person who does love those kind of big man matches where everyone gets that opportunity to shine, I also need that variety. And I need a few more, like I think you're right, a few more of just tag matches to break up the big kind of stuffy stuff.
Yeah, it would have given a little. Again, what they did in most of the undercard tag on most of the tag matches, except for one, because fuck that match. Um, and it did tell a story, but it's not a story I want to see. We got a lot of story given to us in these matches.
Hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I
Hmm.
like where
Honest.
it's going. Just
Mhm.
I wish there was just a little bit more.
We could have spread out the starts of the stories, I think, some of them. Some of them maybe didn't need to be addressed directly tonight. And and maybe we could have had a couple other guys, starting it later or maybe even like sooner. Um, yeah, this is a little discombobulated, I think is the right word for it.
Yeah, yeah, very much so. But we're going to get into it. But before we do
Yeah.
that, I want to thank all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you also very much for all the great comments, liking the videos, subscribing to the channel. We just keep growing, and we're growing slowly but surely because everybody's sharing. I hope, please share these out if you can. If you're really enjoying it, share it out with your friends who love wrestling, because I've had a few people tell me they didn't really know about Japanese wrestling before they started listening to us. A couple of my wrestling friends
Hmm.
that didn't watch Japanese wrestling that are learning something about this, and we love it. And they don't understand how we can watch so much, but we do it because we're crazy. But we're
Um,
crazy for you, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all
yeah.
so very much. So please like the videos, subscribe to the channels. Don't forget to comment down below, and don't forget hit the notification bell for every time we drop an NJPW Puroresu review, a Stardom review, a Chop Talk, any other crazy stuff we want to drop on the channel, anything that we want to do. And I'm just delaying just to bug Melball here.
Yes. Ding dong.
Hello.
Oh, Andre, sir.
But we are gonna get into it. G1 Tropical 33. We it kicks off with a tag match, the only regular tag match on this show. Kaito Kiyomiya, and was slightly disappointed. Ryo Heiwa. I was hoping for his partner from yesterday. I don't know. It's just
That
a
would
little
have been
disappointed.
nice.
A little disappointed. We didn't get uh, team Noah
You're just
again.
upset that we got the peekaboo mullet again.
I don't really give a shit about that. But like I wanted Hayata back. It would have been nice.
Relatable, relatable. Would have been nice. We still got Kaido, the last person to actually pin Hayata.
Yes, we did. So
Hmm.
Yano pissing Kaido off at the started slapping him in the back of the head. So Kaido takes him down, hits the lariat, and hits that jumping elbow. Oiwa dominating Yano early, but Yano ends up like pulling the hair to get control back. It was really
Yeah.
quite funny. Um, Good back and forth wrestling between Loibe and Oiwa in this match. I really like these two working together. Good chemistry with these two.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then in the end, Kaito gets the top rope dropkick to Loibe, but Loibe gets the scoop slam onto Kaito. Oiwa and Ryohei Oiwa and Kaito Kiyomiya take out Yano, hit the double suplex to Loibe, and Kaito hits the Shining Wizard and gets the win.
Yeah, I thought this was actually a pretty decent opener for the energy that it gave into the rest of the show. The only thing I wanted to add about this is that Kaito, when he does that little elbow drop, I absolutely love the little touch of flair he does, where his like little feet are kicking and his little arms are just going where he does that little thing. I absolutely love it. I think it's adorable, but
Mm-hmm.
like in an effective kind of way because it seems to be one of his stronger signatures. We'll say
Yeah,
stronger with quotations on that one. Yeah, got nothing else to say on this one. This one was a good energy starter.
very much so. We move on to an 8-man tag. It's Matsuda Wado, Shota Umino, Tomoaki Hanma, and Yuji Nagata versus Strong Styles, El Desperado, Minoru Suzuki, Ren Narita, and Yuto Nakashima. Umino and Narita start. They have just slapping the shit out of each other. Umino ends up dropping Narita. They trade. Then they get back and trading strikes, trading headbutts. Wado and Despy get in. They're trading shots, and Wado ends up dropping Despy with the kicks. Despy comes back hitting that beautiful spine buster. Yeah, he
So
does.
good. So good. That thing is
Yeah.
so picture perfect.
You know, Hanma chopping Yuto Nakashima while he's applying while he has the Boston Crab on, and Yuto's
Hmm.
just sitting there, just like, mm, mm,
Here
mm,
we are.
just taking Hanma's chop. It was
This is my
great.
life now.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm not gonna break this. Keep chopping me. I'm not gonna break this. I like that little focus of that. Then Hanma did get taken
Mhm.
out. Nagata and Suzuki trade strikes, and they're kicking each other, like taking each other's best shots here, like just
Mm-hmm.
laying into each other. Suzuki gets the rear naked choke. Umino does break it up. Uh, Nagata stops the gotcha pile driver and hits the exploder. Really, really nice there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Yuto Nakashima drops Hanma on his third straight shoulder block and gets the yes kicks for two, or the kicks to the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Hanma back up, hits that flying Kokeshi to Yuto Nakashima to drop him. Drop kick by Umino to Yuto Nakashima, and he comes after he tags in and hits the Death Rider for the win.
Mm-hmm.
Narita and Umino brawling after the match after we pulled apart. Then the entire team starts brawling, and it's just chaos, glorious, glorious chaos. Even though they're not
That's
in the match,
exactly the last note I wrote down for that.
I
Good
stole your
job.
line.
Always stealing my stuff. Bitch stole my look. Did you not remember that series?
I have no
I
idea what
mean,
you're
we
talking.
are kind of wearing the same shirt, sort of.
Mine says Saber Junior.
They're black and white.
Mine says Saber Junior.
Mine says other stuff later.
Yours says Spooky
Nakashima.
or something. I don't know.
Nakashima has a new haircut. I think we need to appreciate it because he doesn't look crazy anymore.
I like the crazy.
Yeah, I did not. I like the dapper new look. I really hate Shota Umino's entrance. The more I see it, the more I hate it. It's just too long. He
Mm,
takes forever to get down there. I skipped ahead probably about 10 minutes and he was still doing his intro. It's like, come on, my guy. When your intro is longer than the match,
yeah,
Steffu, sit down.
I skip his entrance every time.
I try to, but man, I gotta skip 3 or 4 times to find the right amount there. It's ridiculous. Yeah, this one was seeing Yuji Nagata and Suzuki trading shots was just very nostalgic of especially of their match of I think it was like what 2 3 years ago where they were feuding something fierce. Whew, so nice. I've missed Desperado. Um, I still feel despite having like a little kind of flair there for a while. He was the double champion in the junior division for a while. I feel like he's kind of like merped a little bit. Like he's kind of gone back to being a little bit underrated, despite being a tremendous talent. Especially in comparison to now being in a team with the murder grandpa and the future of strong style. Um, yeah, I'm hoping that for a good performance at the multiverse, so maybe we can reignite some fans on the Desperado train here, so we can get him getting some more opportunities.
Yeah, I really like Despy, but I disagree with you. I don't want to see him go back up to the top of the card.
Rude.
I don't I have nothing against Despy. I just think him and Hiromu just don't need to be at the top of that division anymore. I think we need new blood on the top of that division. That's my personal feeling. I'm tired of those two. I'll admit it. I'm tired of them.
I mean, I understand what you mean with Hiromu, but I don't understand it with Despy. He only had it once.
Yeah, but he's been there forever, and it's just like move on. Go be a heavyweight. Go.
He's not heavy enough.
Do you see the size of him?
Do you see
Ren
the size of
Narita.
Alex Zane?
Have you looked at Ren Narita, who was considered a heavyweight? He looks smaller than
It's
Desperado.
not our decision to make, though. It's Despy's decision on where he wants to wrestle. He wants to wrestle the junior division, and if he wants to wrestle the junior division, I say do it. Him and Watto have had some incredible matches. Him and Yoshinobu Kanemaru, incredible matches. Like yeah, we disagree on this, and that's okay.
I'm not disagreeing that he's had incredible matches. He has, and I've praised him for them. I just I'm just not excited when he's the one in the challenging position or he's in the champion position. I'm just not excited for it anymore. So
Maybe it's because of the group he was associated with before that didn't give him the ability to fly in the way that maybe strong style could.
it's possible, but strong styles not doing anything great for me right now either. Though that's the thing.
Yeah, that's an NJPW problem. Gato fix it.
hmm We move on. It's another 8-man tag match. It
Mhm.
is Tenkoji, Hiroshi Tenzan, and Satoshi Kojima uh,
Yeah.
teaming up with Tiger Mask and Togi Makabe, taking on the Chaos unit of Tomohiro Ishii and Yo, also teaming up with Eddie Kingston and Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Mhm.
Tana gets that beautiful cross out of the corner into the air guitar onto Ishii. I love it.
Mhm.
Or sorry, onto Makabe, and I love it. And then him and Ishii end up double teaming Makabe. Ishii and Tenzan just trading strikes and headbutts. Mongolian chops by Tenzan. Then Kojima joins in and they do the dual like the back and forth Mongolian chops, and
Mhm.
then they hit that elbow drop headbutt or head like Kokeshi style combo. Love it, love it, love it. Um,
Mhm.
Yo starts Mongolian chopping uh, Tenzan, and the crowd's booing. Or Tiger
Oh,
Mask,
yeah.
the
The
Tiger
heat
Mask.
was so real for him on that one. The crowd in Osaka is so, 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 so behind Tenzon, and it continued through the week. It was so crazy.
Yeah, Tiger Mask tries to interfere, but gets tossed out by Yo, and then he tries to start headbutting Tenzan, but every time he does it, he hurts himself, and Tenzan just stands there like, "What are you doing, boy?" It was great.
Child.
And Eddie just loving. You could see the love on his face when Kojima got him in the corner and started speed chopping him. You just see him going,
Yeah, he loved it.
"Oh, you could tell that guy was in heaven because this is one of the people he emulates in Satoshi Kojima, and
Mhm.
just getting to get beat up by him, he used, and then he gets to turn it around, and then Kojima gets the exploder, or no, sorry, then he gets the Kojima chop Kojima, and you can see his
Yeah.
face again, just. Oh, I
Kid
felt
living his
so
best life.
I felt so happy for the man. And then he hits the exploder to Kojima. Kojima ends up fighting back and hitting the cozy cutter for
Yes.
two. Really great.
Mhm.
Beautiful tilt a whirl backbreaker by Tiger Mask to Yo.
Mhm.
Really good. Yo gets him with the dragon screw though and hits that DDT suplex into the bridge for two. The 3D by Ten Cozy. I don't know what they call it, but I've always known it the 3D. And Tiger Mask is a Tiger Driver for two on Yo. Double Enzuigiri by Ishii and Eddie Kingston to Tiger Mask. And Tana hits the Sling Blade. Yo hits Falcon Arrow for two. Yo then gets up, tunes up the band, and hits the sweet chin music and gets the win on Tiger Mask.
Yeah. This was very much like a veterans versus like the combo of like the next generation under the veterans and the next generation under that generation,
Mm-hmm.
where we got like, because even though Eddie Kingston is like he's in his 40s now, he's still pretty spry. He moves around, I would say, comparably to Ishii, as opposed to Tanahashi.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Tanahashi is more comparable to Tenzon right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, this one was, I didn't really write down too much on this one. It was kind of like it was there for
Mm-hmm.
me. You kind of hit
Yeah.
all the good spots that were notable in this one. Um, yeah, I really enjoy the camaraderie between Eddie Kingston and Ishii now that they've had that moment to like kick the shit out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now they like seem to be just buddies. It's
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah, very much. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was just a fun, good match, showcasing some legends,
Hmm.
and just being a good overall match. And Yo getting to have the shine at the end, which is
Hmm.
really what you want. You want your young guy to get the shine out of this match.
Hmm. And that's what NJPW is definitely known for, as opposed to the North American style, who will have the veterans usually picking up the wins to be like sentimental or nostalgic, really. But in realistic reality here, the young guys would be picking up the wins over the veteran guys. So you're absolutely right. It was a good moment for you.
Yep. We move on. Another 8-man tag match. It's TMD.
Whoa.
It's TMDK's Kosei Fujita the Ichiban Spicy Boy, Kosei
Yep.
Fujita, Mikey Nichols, the hysterical Shane Hayes, and the frontman Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Bishamon's Hiroki Goto and Yoshi-Hashi, teaming up with young lion Oleg Bolton and Arisa Kitaguchi. This was a fun match to watch.
Hmm.
Gooch just gooching it up throughout the entire match. Hip tossing Goto. So the match starts out. Goto hip tosses Yoshi-Hashi onto Nichols at one point. Then they hit the war jumps on Shane Hayes while he's over Nichols, and then hit him really hard, and he falls onto Nichols. I was like,
Hmm. Hmm.
they finally made a way to make a move slightly more effective.
Hmm.
Slightly, still not great, but at least they're hurting the guy underneath because they're
Hmm.
slamming Hayes down onto him. So,
Yeah.
um, Gooch with the hip attacks to Yujiro to Fujita. I wrote I wrote Huge instead of Fuge. Shit. Oh, I shorthanded. I have Huge and Fuge, and yeah, I
I just
mixed it up.
started looking at the picture going, wait, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, sorry. Gooch with a hip attack to Fujita. Fujita fights back with the assistance from TMDK and they all take turns doing arm ringers. They do double arm ringers, and Saber and Yujiro hits the final double arm ringers, bring them down to the mat, and do the double arm stomp combo.
Hmm.
Just perfection. Um, Saber's doing uppercuts to Gooch, and he turns around, telling him to uppercut his ass. Saber actually uppercuts Gooch's ass.
I mean,
Uh,
a request was made. The TV champion delivered.
That was great. Oleg coming in and just showing his power dominance on Saber. But when he went
Mm-hmm.
for his Boston Crab, Saber stopped him. Because again, pure technical knowledge. He knows how to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
He gets up, he starts striking at him, and Oleg's just kind of looking at him like, "What the fuck's going on here?" And he's like taking, like, oh, "What's that?
Yeah.
What's that?" So Saber has to pull a
She's a
guillotine.
fly.
Yeah, he has to hit that flying guillotine. But then Oleg just goes, huh, and tosses him over his head. It was
Yeet.
just like, holy shit. Um, Goto's tagged in. He gets the wheel kick in the corner and gets the exploder for two. Uh, Saber gets in the Hayes gets in the match, and he gets that beautiful leaping corner cannonball that he does. Oh, I love it so much. It's my
Mm-hmm.
favorite version of the cannonball. If it's not other than Colton Kelly, um, Bishamon get the final flash to haste, uh, but he fights off the Shote, and then Nichols comes in. They take out Yoshi-Hashi, and they hit the tank buster on Goto, and Shane Haste pins Hiroki Goto.
I popped so much for that.
So
Like,
much.
finally. And not only was I, like, just in general happy that one of the potential contenders for the IWGP Tag Team Champions pinned, sorry, one of the tag team champions, but like so happy that it was Shane Haste to be the one to do it. Um, I felt that he put a ton into this G1, a
Mm-hmm.
ton. Like, he worked so hard, not just on the wrestling, but like he made every time that he was in the ring really, really fun and entertaining and enjoyable, not just for himself. He's clearly amused by all of his shenanigans, but like for the fans as well. Like, I never heard the crowd booing in his match. Like, not even like just him, like in his matches,
No,
period. No matter
yeah,
who he was against. Very entertaining guy. I'm looking
yeah.
forward to seeing what happens with those guys. Um, Oleg, outdated picture on this one. It was kind of hilarious. That was what I was reacting to when it popped up there.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
That's like
This,
right out the freaking right out of the dojo. Oleg right
yeah.
there.
And like in playing the NJPW collection game, also, I had actually chosen Shane Hayes to win this match, so I'm pretty happy that he won me some prizes there. Um, but what did kind of trick me is like I knew that the chaos kind of conglomerate there was going to be the fall taker, but I definitely thought that even though Oleg is going after Zack Sabre Jr.'s title, he is still considered a young lion. So I definitely thought that he would have. I felt like they could have spun it a little bit to like have him like just get absolutely worked by TMDK to take the pin. But I feel like the story with Goto taking the pin makes more sense to me.
Oh yeah, and again, it sets up the TMDK Bishamon match, which I
Exactly.
I'm really hoping for TMDK to take the titles. I like Bishamon. I
Really?
do. Well, I'm wearing this shirt.
Really?
I'm wearing this shirt for a goddamn reason. But it just Bishamon they only have these titles because Aussie Open got hurt and then essentially left the company because they signed with AEW. But
I
like,
don't think they left. I think there's like
well, okay, but
subs.
their main priority now is AEW. But
Yeah,
they
but they're
are
still
signed.
included in the United
Oh,
Empire.
they are.
And
But I'm not saying they've. Okay, sorry. I should have taken a step back in the company. They're no longer.
reprioritized which company is their home base.
Yes, pretty much. So you have that going on, and it they only have those titles because of that, because of
Yes.
the injury. So now I would love to see TMDK get a title run. I think they could do great things. I would love to see them win the titles since like September, early October, take them into the tag league, and I'm good with them dropping them at like Wrestle Kingdom to somebody other than Bishamon or House of Torture. Just yeah, just give
Who
them a
else do we
little run.
have?
But give them a little run. Let them look dominant as the champions in the tag league, and have them like lose out in the semis or the finals or something. But like, yeah, I would really enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It was a fun match.
it really was. But I loved Lake Bolton getting in Saber's face after the match, and like I look forward to seeing the match. I hope it's 15 minutes of Bolton just tossing Saber around, and Saber just doing everything to survive, and he survives. And I really kind of hope it goes 15 minutes.
I mean, we'll see. It sounds like Oleg went through quite the feat to get that opportunity, defeating all the other lions within less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, so
Let's combo all of them. He defeated all
yes,
three of them in less
in
than 10 minutes.
gauntlet match style, he did it. But
Hmm.
yeah, I really want to see that because again, if he gets a 15-minute draw with Saber, that's some shine for this kid, man. So instead of like maybe getting beaten in 5, doesn't make him look as good. But if he goes 15 minutes with the champion, that makes this kid look phenomenal.
Hmm. Well, especially with someone like Zack Sabre Jr., he is one of those guys who you see him just have these endlessly good matches because he knows how to elevate the opponent as much as himself.
Elevated, elevate me to the sky.
Yes.
We're not there yet though.
We're not there yet.
No,
Almost.
that's a couple matches away. We're moving on
Hmm.
to the Gorillas of Phantasmo, ELP, Hikuleo, Jado, Tamatonga, and Tangaloa taking on the Bullet Club. Alex Coughlin, Chase Owens, David Finley, Gabe Kidd, and Kenta. Tama and Finley start really taking it to each other. Bullet Club eventually starts the group brawl. They all go to the floor. Tama ends up attacking Finley from behind, but he ends up getting gang attacked. Bullet Club start working over Jado in the ring, taking in and out really well, working him over. Jado does finally fight back, and Kid bites him in the forehead, but Jado does end up taking him down and tagging out. ELP with the beautiful suicide dive to Bullet Club on the floor, back in, hits the Swanton, then the Lion Salt to Gabe Kidd for 2. I loved it. Coughlin and Kidd fight back and forth with Hikuleo and ELP, sending a couple little hints right there. Yeah, rapid fire strikes from Tank. The rapid fire bang 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 strokes. Like I can't remember strikes. I can't remember what you called them. The
Rapid
he
fire.
punches the face and then he punches the
Oh,
guts.
sword hammer. Sword hammer.
He gets the sword hammer to Owens. Owens fights back. He gets the jewel heist, and then Kenta and Finley come in. They do a triple teaming him. Uh, Owens gets the C trigger, goes for the package pile driver, but Low ends up fighting out. Chase goes for La Mahistra, but Loa stops it partway through and gets Owens' shoulders on the mat and pins him 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. This one, the end of this one for me came as like a quick surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I did expect it to go a little bit longer. But the bit, especially with Tonga Loa and Chase Owens for me, was the like the part of the match that was the most entertaining and fun to watch. Those two wrestled each other so good. So good. I really enjoyed it.
It was a really good match. So after the match, War Dogs try to attack, but the Gorillas of Phantasma run them off, and Tama ends up holding up the Never title, and Finley's getting pissed. Then Hikuleo and ELP hold up the strong tag titles, and even Kevin and Chris are both like, "This is an unlikely tag team." Thinking, and I'm just like, "I'm all in this. Does this like?" They are really hinting that ELP is now part of, like, he's not officially a gorilla, but like he's really becoming part of this crew. It's, I guess, really they need to. I think I have a name for them. The Bullet Club Outcasts. Simple as that. Just use the name, but just call yourselves the Outcasts because you're the ones that were cast off and kicked away.
Wait. Isn't somebody else called the Outcasts?
Yeah, but they're the BCO, not just the O or not just the BC. They're the BCO.
But like, isn't like what? Maybe I'm getting confused with the girls at AEW, Soraya, and they're the Outcasts too, aren't they?
Yes, yes, they are.
Mister Freaky Deaky Trash Panda into Oblivion.
They're not completely. They wouldn't be completely stealing the name because they're the bullet. They're just because they're stealing two names. It's okay.
I don't know. I kind of like the Gorillas of Phantasma.
Yeah, I like the girl.
Hikuleo and ELP. That is an unlikely pairing. But you know, how many of these unlikely pairings seem to end up working?
Well, just an example from AEW, Adam Cole and MJF is the most unlikely pairing I could have ever imagined. It's one of the greatest things going on their television. So, yeah,
Yeah.
Evil and
Run
Dick
with it.
Togo. Totally.
What?
I'm making a joke.
Oh dear.
It wasn't funny. I understand.
You also got to remember who you're telling to the joke to. I am 5'3". Most things soar right over my head.
We move on. It's Lij Shingo Takagi, Io Tetsuji, Hiromu Takahashi. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta go again. It's Lij's Shingo Takagi, Yota Tsuji, Hiromu Takahashi, and Bushi.
I'm curious to see how you're gonna do the next one.
Taking on United Empire's Will Ospreay, Jeff Cobb, Great O'Connor, and Hanore.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Bro. What the hell happened to Osprey?
I just went super deep on his name.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, they're the United Empire. They're the United Empire.
You got some Empire base on there.
Ooh,
Wow.
okay. Where we gotta recover.
Emerald base.
All that emerald base. I gotta recover here. Bushi's entrance mask looked absolutely fly. It looked like a bird mask. It looked so cool.
Yeah.
That was so dope. But we get the debut of Osprey's new redesigned IWGP United Kingdom Championship.
Yes.
And we also got the debut of the new United Empire t-shirt.
Yes, we did.
Available
on NJPW Shop Global.
Yeah, the Tokon shop, baby. UE attacks before the bell. They all brawl to the floor except Hanare and Bushi. But Bushi actually gets the advantage on Hanare at first. And then all of LAJ come in attacking Hanare. Hanare fights back against Hiromu, hits the pop-up, and then gets the chest kick. And then hits another couple more kicks with a PK in there and gets the senton for 2.
Mm.
Cobb gets like a delayed suplex into a scoop slam thing. Like he lifted him up suplex style, then brought him down like scoop slam style, and then hits the
Yeah.
standing moonsault on Hiromu for 2. Osprey comes in, beating up Hiromu. Then Khan comes in, and he sits on Hiromu's head in the corner. Then hits the backdrop for 2. Um, Shingo's taking out all of UE, drops Khan with a Ryokan lariat for 2, but then Khan gets Shingo to kiss his boot, and then hits a running boot to the face. Shingo fights off Osprey, who comes in and hits that fake out DDT. Tornado arm drag by Tsuji. Like that looked cool. Like did the full whip around, but then came out and arm dragged Osprey, and then he hit the
Mm-hmm.
shoulder block. Osprey and him have it like start exchanging strikes. Then all of UE comes in. They all beat up on Tsuji, and Cobb gets the spin cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Osprey misses the hidden blade, and Shingo gets a lariat. Khan hits a sheep killer onto Shingo. Then Hiromu hits a super kick to Khan. Bushin hit the rewind kick and to Cobb. And Hiromu gets the head scissors, sending Cobb to the floor. But Hanare gets the berserker bomb on Bushi. But then Tsuji hits a power bomb and a knee to the face of Hanare. Osprey and Tsuji end up like just trading moves back and forth, and Tsuji gets that Falcon Arrow bomb for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Osprey then hits the Oscutter for 2 on Tsuji, but as he goes for the hidden blade, Tsuji spears the pants off of Osprey, then gets up and does it again, and he pins Will Osprey. God damn. They're setting up story, and I'm loving it, man. I cannot wait for Osprey and Tsuji to have a singles match for that UK title. Oh, and then Tsuji's holding the belt up after the match. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's gonna be a killer match, man.
Oh yes, oh yes. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Suji's English is pretty okay. Um, so
His Spanish is probably better.
hey, I mean, hi, your girl's not going to complain about that. But what I'm saying in regards to the story, Will Ospreay is mouthy, and he's sassy, and he cuts amazing promos. So I look forward to the banter that's going to happen back and forth between these two because we haven't really seen, like, we've seen Suji make his statements, but he's done them more with action as opposed to
Mm,
speaking. And he's only had the one feud with Sonata right now before going into the G1.
mm.
So I think this is going to be the first, I don't want to say real feud because again he fought Sonata already, but I think this is going to be Suji's first true feud, returning from excursion, and this is going to be the feud that actually sets him up for his career here. I feel that the match with Sonata is just like a blip. It's just a thing that it was there and it happened. Even though it really did give us a great introduction to Suji, I feel like Will Ospreay is going to do an even better job of bringing out more of Suji's personality and character of what he wants to give the fans.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think these two are going to be absolutely tremendous in the ring together.
Mhm.
Going to bring Suji up again. He's going to step that kid up into another level because Osprey
Oh,
is on another level.
he is the other level.
Yep. We move on to the fucking semi-main event of the evening: House of Tortures, Dick, the Evil, the Show, and the Jujuro versus just
Oh,
five
Dick.
guys: Toki, Sonata, Taichi, Yoshinobu, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru with Taka Michinoku. HOT attacking for the bell as always. Doki looking great, beating up the Dick. Shingo Kanemaru beating on the Dick.
Bro! What kind of show did we just start here?
Uh, I'm just listening to Kevin and Chris, man. Um, Yujiro is so goddamn slow. That man needs to retire. And he's not even a good slow like Fale. He's just a bad, shitty slow. At least Fale's never been a fast dude. Um, where Yujiro just used to be great and now he sucks. Good back.
Yeah.
Was a good back and forth between Kanemaru and Sho, and then he actually had a decent back and forth with Evil, and
Mhm.
then Sonata sends all of House Torch to the floor, hits 3 planchas to Evil, then to Sho, then to was it Yujiro. Sonata catches the kick of Sho, but he can't get the Paradise Lock, but he does hit the Magic Screw. Uh, just 5 guys triple team Sho and get the buzz, and Taichi gets the buzzsaw kick.
Mhm.
Um, Sho trying to cheat, but Taichi gets a dangerous backdrop and applies a submission, but the ref gets distracted, and then the ref gets taken out. So this is where HOT starts cheating. They use the pipe and the stick, but Taichi takes them out, gets the pipe and the stick, throws it away, but Sho hits him with the wrench, and then he hits the chalk arrow on Taichi, and he gets the win. And god damn it, I'm looking forward to the match actually between Sho and Daichi, because I think that even with some house torture shenanigans, it's Sho. He's still quite a goddamn. He's the best goddamn wrestler out of that crew. So it's going to be a good match.
I mean, yeah, he just. My only complaint has always been the same freaking complaint with Yo is his
Sho,
facials.
Sho.
Show, yo, row.
You said yo.
Wow. Um, Show his face. His problem is his face.
His his mother and his father gave him that. He can't change it.
His facial expressions. He is a Bushi level over animation. And it's a lot of the times too much. If he could just figure out the right level to kind of have his face, um, he would be
Ow.
for me a lot more enjoyable because his wrestling is freaking incredible, absolutely incredible. That shock arrow, the way he sets it up and the way he delivers it, so good,
Mhm.
so good. Very accomplished wrestler. I just, yeah, it's like Ibushi, the same thing. I love watching Ibushi. I love watching his matches, but sometimes when they zoom in on his face and he's just making this, it's like, bruh, you're not a blow up doll. Simmer the frick down. You know
So
what I
I
mean?
Yeah, it's a little much. But if Sho can even be as good as Kota Ibushi, yeah, I think he's in a good place.
Oh
Um,
yeah, 100%.
House of Torture attack after the match. Sho gets a hold of the KOPW title, and he pretty much says he's going to take it. And yeah, he takes it. Evil then hits Sonata with the heavyweight title, hits everything is evil. They cuff him to the ropes like Jesus style. Um, and Togo has Abe make a statement. It's essentially saying that Sonata is not the champion, I guess. And Evil declares himself the champion, and he walks away with Sonata's belt. So yeah,
These guys like to yank people's belts.
yeah. I wish they would yank themselves out of this company.
Just fisherman hook yourself, certain.
Yeah. We're gonna move on. It's time for the main event of the evening. It's Tetsuya Naito versus Kazuchika Okada. Masahiro Chono joins on the commentary team. Love
Yes.
seeing that. A little bit of a slow start, light wrestling early. Naito
Mhm.
sends Okada to the floor and does his roll, and he gets a big Naito chant. Okada backs in, hits the flapjack to take control. Okada gets the drop kick to the side of the head of Naito. That looked actually kind of brutal. Then he hits
Yeah.
a DDT on the apron, which looked really good. Uh,
Hmm.
Okada whips Naito hard into the barricade, goes inside, just chills, hits the DDT back in the ring, but Red Shoes won't count the cocky pin where he just steps on his chest. Um, Strike exchange, and then after a few dodges, Naito gets the neck breaker to the knee. Then he gets a drop kick to the neck. Then he gets the neck breaker to the knee again out of the ropes. I thought he was going for Combinacion, but he went for how about we call it the nasty neck breaker instead of the nasty German? The nasty neck breaker. The one he did
Yeah.
when he hit him in the ropes. Yeah, hits the nasty neck breaker. Uh, then does a rude awakening style neck breaker to the knee. And then he fights Okada off and gets the hip toss in it, slamming the neck into the knee. They go outside. Naito whips Okada into the barricade a couple times. Then he hits the neck breaker onto the barricade. He's really working this neck over. Back in the ring, he gets that leg full. Nelson, but he lets go kind of slow, but not as slow as he usually does. When Okada gets on the ropes, Okada gets the air raid crash neck breaker, and Okada puts Naito up to the top, drop kicks him off. Naito runs Okada into the barricade on the floor. This is where the 20-minute mark is called, and I'll admit, it felt like 20 minutes to me. It didn't feel like unlike the semifinal match for Naito. This felt like 20 minutes. It wasn't a bad 20 minutes. It was an enjoyable 20 minutes. But it felt like 20 minutes. Okada then hits a tombstone on the floor. Back in the ring, Okada gets the German, but Naito fights the spinning Rainmaker, but misses and gets hit with a lariat. Naito fights back, hits the tornado DDT. Both men are laid out. Naito crawls over and starts the elbows to the neck, and then he just gets more vicious with those elbows. He gets Okada up top, hits the Frankensteiner. Then he gets the modified Koji clutch, but Okada does eventually get to the ropes. He hits Naito hits the Esperanza, drilling Okada onto the top of his head. But he does get caught on the shoulders, but he gets the DDT off the shoulders and hits Silencia for 2. Again, I haven't seen Silencia in a long time. He gets the scoop slam, but misses the Stardust press, and both men are just like dead on the mat. Okada gets the drop kick, and he gets the strikes, but they each block a bunch of strikes and stuff from each other. And Okada misses the Rainmaker, and Naito gets that tornado DDT roll up for 2. Okada gets the end of the match coming. Okada gets the drop kick, and he hits landslide. The crowd's going insane. Okada blocks Destino into the Rainmaker, but it's like a spinning Rainmaker. Then he goes for the full Rainmaker, but gets rolled up for 2. So Okada goes for Rainmaker again, but Naito hits a Destino for 2, like a quick Destino for 2. And Naito goes for the Destino, but gets countered into the landslide. Then Naito goes for the Rainmaker, but that's countered into a quick Destino. Then Naito hits the final Destino, and Tetsuya Naito pins Okada to become the G1 Climax 33 winner, and he will challenge on January 4th to whoever is champion. Because remember, there's a story for either man who go into pro wrestling. He has a story with either guy, so it's kind of up in the air, but I don't see Sonata losing it to Evil. So, goddamn.
I feel like even though there's probably still tension, obviously, because betrayal and stuff, I feel like whatever chapter was being told between Naito and Evil is essentially done right now. They did that, I think, twice.
Yeah.
With the double championships. I can do without seeing that story. I want to see the Sonata story.
Me too, because if Evil wins it and he goes into the Wrestle Kingdom, I think it almost telegraphs that Naito's getting another title run. Where if Sonata is the one going in the Wrestle Kingdom, I can see that match going either way. You'd rather have Sonata finally conquer his former leader and say, "I'm better than you." Go to the opening match, old man, kind of feel after the match, or you can have Naito one more time, just shows like Sonata, you can't quite beat me yet, and takes the title, and then maybe Sonata is the one to take it back down the road later in the year, maybe at a year since he had won the title originally, maybe back there, something like that. I think could work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I'm just happy I wore the right shirt.
Tranquilo. Tranquilo on those titties, just.
Please, tranquilo on the titties.
So, the president the company president presents Naito with the trophy. I'm gonna make that a little bigger because come on. And then Masahiro Chono presents the flag to Naito. They pose together, and we get a Chono Lij fist bump. That was just sweet to see. I loved it.
Perfection.
And
Right there.
right,
Perfection.
I guess he's the honorary Lij member.
Yes.
And then
This
all
makes me happy also because the last time I think I saw Chono, he was in a wheelchair.
mm,
So it makes me
obvi-
happy to see him up and about.
yeah, he's obviously doing better, which is nice.
Hmm.
And
Oh,
then
he
we
looks so healthy. Oh, look at that roll call.
and then at the end we get the roll call. All of Lij minus Teton because he's in Mexico. They all get together and they fist bump
Dap
together
hat.
there to celebrate their boys. Yeah, I need to find myself a new fedora. I really do.
I was gonna say, Mr. Suji, looking very dapper.
He's the dappa dappa.
Dappa dappa.
Yeah, but goddamn, I really enjoyed the main event. It wasn't my favorite of the G1. Like I might have enjoyed. I think I will say this: I enjoyed Naito and Osprey more.
Mhm,
I enjoyed Osprey and Finley more. But
mhm,
this is right up there with some of the top matches coming out of this G1 for me.
mhm, mhm. It was a very, very solid and very intense and emotional main event. But you're absolutely right. There was more emotion in Osprey and Naito, and there was a little bit more intensity in Osprey and Finley. So yeah, I totally agree with you. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It was a solid, solid main event, and like, yay, Tetsuya Naito taking the
The,
G133. This makes me happy.
to me, the right guy got eliminated in the semifinals, but okay.
Tomato, tomato. Our
Maybe next
favorite wrestler did get eliminated. However, he got a rebranded title and a new
lease on life.
pathway to take him in the end of the year here because he did say he has till the end of this year to kind of prove himself the best wrestler, didn't he?
Yeah. So again, my other question is, and he did say that post Wrestle Kingdom.
Hmm.
So technically, I think he has until Wrestle Kingdom, in my personal opinion. Um, but the rumor is he's going to be facing Jericho at All In. So will that be an NJPW United Kingdom title defense against Jericho? That is my question because they're in the United Kingdom. He should be defending his United Kingdom title against Jericho if he's going to face him at the show. It
I don't like
telegraphs
that logic. Like it's not flawed. It's very, very realistic and rational, but I don't like it. And it's partially because of my biased opinion of Jericho. I'm not the biggest fan of his in ring work. I
Yeah,
think he's a tremendous entertainer and a tremendous showman. But for me, over the years, I've kind of become, shall we say, disenfranchised with him.
he's not
Would I
the.
like to see Osprey step him up? Sure.
I think you put Osprey in the ring with a Chris Jericho. That will be a really great match.
Oh yeah. I mean, like Osprey, as I said with can't remember who it was before. Zack Sabre Jr. is another one who just elevates whoever he's in the ring with because he's knows he's a smart wrestler and he's a very experienced wrestler. If your opponent looks good, you look better, especially when you're beating them.
Yep, very much so. Very, very
Mm-hmm.
much so. But ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the G1 Climax, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back.
Yeah.
We'll probably be back next week. Probably to. I would like to do we're gonna have a live stream watch along of the Multiverse United show, so we probably won't do a recap of that show, but we are probably going to do a recap of the show from the night before, the All Star Junior Festival. So get ready to be watching that next week, ladies and gentlemen. But later this week we'll be coming out with a Stardom review.
Yes.
Um, we're gonna do a little bit of a combo in that one. We're gonna just cover the 5-star matches from the
Mhm.
the 10th and the 12th, and then we'll come back a couple days later with a full review of the August 13th show. So, which
Mhm.
has a couple of like 3 different title matches on it,
Correct.
and 4 if you include the Goddess. 4 title. I think at least 4 title matches
Mhm.
on that show.
Mhm.
So yeah, we're gonna come back with that. So we'll be back firstly with the G1 or the 5-star catch up, and then we'll go be in with that. So lots of great content coming soon. Yeah, so lots and lots of stuff we're going to be talking about over the next little while.
So much wrestling.
So much.
We love it though.
I have a feeling I'm going to have to explain a lot of people on the All-Star Junior Festival to Mel.
Yeah. You know what though? Like, there has been a high number of people that have come through NJPW who have been like people from the US who like I'm not too like in the know about, because like Mike Bailey's there, right? I don't know a ton about Mike Bailey, but I've seen like a bit of him from like Super Junior. So if like
Yeah.
they were in the Super Junior, I probably know them. That's a
Yeah.
bonus.
Yeah, again, there's a few guys on there, and then we do that. That show will feature the Philly Cheesesteak Cup.
I mean, I like food, so
Yeah.
like motivation. Do you get to eat? Like, is there a Philly cheesesteak, or is it just like a trophy?
It's a
Because like
trophy that looks like
I
a
would really like a sandwich.
yeah, a sandwich would be cool. Yeah, there's a
Hmm.
lot of guys from a lot of companies. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 22 different companies, along with a freelance wrestler. He's classified under freelance. So yeah, you have a lot of different companies being represented, and New Japan only makes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys out of like a roster of like 30 to 40 guys. Yeah,
Jeez. That's
it's
going to
going to
be
be
fun.
an
Yeah, you're probably going to
incredible
have to
show.
explain to me who a lot of these people are. Yeah.
I'm going to be learning who some of these guys are because I know some of the guys from Noah, the guys from DDT. You're going to be explaining me some CMLL guys.
Ooh.
I can tell you about some All Japan and some Big Japan guys. But like the Dragon Gate guys, I know Shun Skywalker's on this show, and it makes me insanely excited. But like, there's a bunch of guys from like, oh, El Lindemann's on this show, so oh yeah,
Yay!
let's gleed it up, ladies and gentlemen. But
Yes.
one notable exception to this is no Alex Zane.
Didn't we already establish he's out of weight?
I don't know. I guess anybody can be a junior.
I personally would like to see Mr. Zane come back for the tag league with Mr. Archer.
Yeah, me too.
Have murder sauce running all over the place. Oh wait, they're called something else. Mohawk sauce?
I don't care. They're murder sauce to me.
The
Oh,
everybody dies sauce.
everybody's sauce.
That could be on their shirts. We
Oh,
are off topic. We're taking a page out of Bobby Munson and Chris Parrish's book here. We're
I
going
think
off the rails.
I think it's time to go home. You can find myself on X, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Hive at that Canada guy. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at that Canada dude. You can find me on Facebook right here at Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk. You can also find me randomly popping up on random shows. I'm actually reached out. I kind of want to do. I'm seeing maybe next Tuesday showing up on OLE for with Carl Carafel and Turnbuckle Talk. I reached out to him. I'm hoping to hear back to jump in and do that with my boy Carl Carafel.
Yes.
We'll find out. You'll find out next week if I'm there or not because I'm off that night, so I want to do it. So you check me out randomly when I pop up at our local establishment on Twitch and YouTube. You can also find a lot of other great content from our boy Mike the Ref over at youtube.com/@Backbreaker Video. You might be watching us there right now. If you are watching us there, subscribe to that channel. Then come over and subscribe to Andre Melball Wrestling Talk channel. But if you're watching us on Backbreaker Video, please check out Mike's Twitch stuff. All the live gaming content and wrestling watch-alongs at twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. And then you can see all the great replays for his gaming stuff at youtube.com/@Backbreaker_gaming, where you can find him. You can find Mr. Pete JC. You can find Mr. Rick Jules. And their freaking guest, Kayla J.
Kayla J. Love Kayla J.
Yeah,
She's so awesome.
Okay, Melba, where can they find you, madame?
If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on that X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me on our local establishment's programming, Paramindful with the gold standard Carl Carafel and Alex the Werewolf. We just posted a video last week about, what did we do? Aliens. Aliens, they exist, and we talked about them. But we also have an episode coming on Monday where we are going to be talking about a fun little cryptid that y'all have been hearing about a lot this summer, and that is an oceanic cryptid, mermaids. We're going to talk about them and how we don't think that they're what Disney has been portrayed them to be. Yeah, we can't see them, and we don't want to. You can also catch me on Astro Pizarro's YouTube channel, where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase.
Oh, sorry. I got distracted.
Ladies Wrestling Showcase, where we talk all things ladies wrestling. We have an episode coming out on Friday. We're going to be talking about the ladies in the multiverse matches so far. Momo Kogo, Julia, Deonna Purrazzo, and Giselle Shaw. We've got some other topics we're working on. What's that?
Alberta wrestling legend Giselle Shaw.
Yes, wrestling. I remember the first time I saw Giselle wrestling Kat Vaughn. He's the German powerhouse. Whew. Those two had some good matches.
I remember ring announcing her in Drayton Valley against Mr. Michael Richard Blaze in an incredible match that she did win.
Ooh. Probably did so, looking so good.
Which you can find on Backbreaker Video.
Hey, smart. I see what you did there. If you want to watch NJPW, you can go to NJPW-World.com. The link is going to be in our channel description for this bad boy. According to the website, it is 999 yen, or approximately $10 Canadian. But it's actually like $7.15 because they tell you what it is. But it's still an incredible price for a month's worth of incredible wrestling, as well as their entire database of wrestling from the ages before. So you can go back there and watch some of those matches, like Okada versus Omega in some of their 1 hour bouts.
You can see some of the best professional wrestling that Hulk Hogan has ever done.
That is also factual. Also, if you start digging real deep in there, find some of their house shows, you can find one of my personal favorites, who I don't know what happened to him, but maybe we'll find out eventually, Mr. Dinosaur. Yeah. If you know, you know. Andre, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to thank all of you for tuning in. Please keep liking the channel, subscribing, sharing it out to all your friends out there, commenting down below because we'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can know when we're dropping brand new shows.
Bing dong.
Hello, shout out to Bailey.
And that being said, I am your Melball. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Adios.